All right, welcome to the Terrence Johnson Show. Today we got a fabulous host. Teja Johnson's going to be hosting it. This will be interviewing today. She going to tell us about life of living with MS and life in college, things to expect, and you moving out on your own for your first time. If you're a senior in high school and you get ready to go to college or go to college, these are things you look forward to and what you expect. All
And
right,
for MS awareness.
and for MS awareness as well. Things to look for because a lot of things you don't never know. I, as a parent myself, a lot of times she said things was going wrong. I ignored her. I didn't believe her. So, so no further ado, let's get right into it. All right, Ted, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the public?
Hi, everybody. I'm Teja, short for Tay. You can follow me on my YouTube, LHV page, Instagram, LHV Esthetician page, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna shout out right now.
All right, Ted. So let's get right into MS for the people. For people don't know much about the MS. Just give them a little brief understanding of what exactly it is MS. You know.
Okay, so MS is when your immune system attacks your nervous system.
Okay. So what are some of the signs that encourage you to go get that checked out, see what was wrong with you? What were some of the things that was happening to you at the time?
Well, apparently I was showing signs my whole life, but I didn't have no idea what it was. So some of the common signs is being clumsy, and that's something you're not gonna think about too much. Slurred speech, forgetting things easily. That's just some of the things that I experienced in high school, and I guess I never put two and two together. I just thought it was me, just a silly person that forgets everything.
Well,
Um,
that's weird because most people does that. I forget stuff every day. You know.
right, because you might have it because it's hereditary.
Oh, it could be hereditary. All right, that's good to know. So, do your parents have it?
No, neither one of my parents have it, which is kind of funny, is because it's hereditary, but it's a 0.5% chance that you can pass it to your child, and that's without you having it. And if you have it, that 0.5 turns to literally 1%. So it's probably somewhere down my gene family, but it's not in my parents.
So it basically could be something down the genes that people ignore it as well, and never and when it got checked out about. And
Yeah,
maybe people are living it right now who out here with it and don't even know they got it.
yeah.
So yeah, it's very possibility. So what are some of the effects that you but bother you now that you know you've been diagnosed with this here? I don't know what to call it. I won't call it a disease or whatever, but you've been diagnosed as with it. And what are some of the things that right now that flare up that make you say, okay, I gotta get checked out? Or what type of treatment do they give for you? Or are you like taking medication every day, or you got it like certain amount of time? I hear some people have it worse than others. Kind of explain to us what you kind of doing.
So I've been diagnosed with MS, which stands for multiple sclerosis. I've been diagnosed for 2 years now. My education of it lacks more than someone who probably had it for years. I do know it's three forms of MS. I believe I have relapsing MS because I obviously keep relapsing. This is my second time relapsing within the 2 years. Um, what caused me to go finally get diagnosed, which it is labeled as a disorder and a disease. Um, my optic nerve was targeted by my immune system, causing me to lose all sight in my right eye, which, as my father has explained to you guys, he didn't believe a word I was saying. But that's just once again, like I said, like me being clumsy and forgetting things and being silly, I guess that can be him thinking I play too much because I definitely do. Um, so once I lost sight in my right eye, I knew something wasn't right. I'm like, okay, I was laughing about it, thinking it was gonna go away, but never went away. And that's how I ended up finding I had MS. It's people who have it worse. I actually lost sight in my left eye recently, which was due to me not taking medication.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it is people out here who have it worse. Some people is not mobile; they can't walk at all. They immune system decided to attack their legs. Some people are in wheelchairs. Some people experience really bad tingling and numbness all over their body. You lose feeling in some of your nerves in your body. Yeah, it's a different thing to deal with. It's kind of stressful at times, but you gotta keep yourself together. Stay positive. Throughout my whole time of losing my vision, either one of my eyes, I stayed positive. I never once was like, what if my sight don't come back? If I did, I joked about it, but majority of the time it was just stay positive.
Yeah, that's something really tough to do because I know many people probably doubt themselves at that time. I know it could be worse for some than others. So I'm happy to hear that it's not as severe for you. That's a good thing. Thank you, Lord. You know, you still got your eyesight. Now let's get off into. I hear you a senior in college now, and let me tell you, how was your journey in college going? How did it start out for you, and where you at now? What was your gains, and what things that you feel like you were set back as when you went to college? How the experience is going? Let know for the new people that's ready to go on, take that adventure to the next level. Let them know what to expect, and maybe you can help them on the mistakes that you had. Maybe you can help them
Right.
stop avoid those same mistakes. Go right ahead.
Um, my freshman year was all fun, all games, and I did took it serious, but not as serious as I wish I had. Which I do think it's a good thing to explore and have fun, but it's even better to be concentrated because what I did not know was I added an extra semester when I'm sitting there undecisive and forgetting why I was there. So that's one thing I would tell anybody is make sure you know what you're going there for. Changing your major so many times, it's gonna set you back. Um, you can have as much fun as you want, but stay dedicated to why you there. Don't get lost. Don't get confused, because you definitely can do it. Trust me, you can have fun and do your homework the same night. You just really got to be dedicated. The second thing I want to say is waking up at 7 a.m. for high school and waking up at 7 a.m. for college, two different things. Mm,
How's that?
I don't know. It's like your biological clock just say you can't do it no more.
Now you said you also said your first year you knew you wanted you had a lot of fun and you kind of lost yourself at some point. Is it possible to lose yourself in your at college? You know you're away from home, you on your own, and I know you kind of made a party a lot. What was the thing that made you realize that hey, I'm going down the wrong path and get you back on track?
What made me realize I was going down the wrong path was finding out that I had an extra semester. I I I've been going to college for 4 years and an extra semester. And looking back, I'm like, man, I could have been graduated. But, don't doubt yourself either, because when your time come, regardless if you're there for 4 years or 5 years.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pause this for a while.
All right. So as we sit back and wait for our guest to return, we get it on other topics of MS. A lot of people don't know. Like say, I was not a believer that she had MS. I didn't believe it at all. You know, I was like, ain't nothing wrong with you. She said, oh, then I got see a little dot in my eye. At the same time, I didn't believe it. Like, oh yeah, you faking. You so dramatic. You just want to go to the hospital. She do go to the hospital a lot. Which, as minorities, we need to start doing that on our own. We need to start getting checked out as much as possible. We want to live a long life. Explain. I don't know. I currently have an auntie who's 94 years old. She took care of herself, and that's exactly what we want to do. As minorities, we need to start taking care of ourselves. Can't be scared to go to the hospital. Can't be scared to get checked out. If you don't get checked out, you don't know. And that's the case with her. She would never knew what she had if she didn't get checked out. Now that she got checked out, she got an understanding of what she's battling with, and she could continue to grow and take care of herself and live a better life. Now, so I guess Teja is back. You know, we're glad to have you back. And we was talking about college. So, your first year you lived on campus, what was that like?
It was finally recognizing you on your own. You know, your parents not there to wake you up. Um, you making up your own sense of right and wrong without your parents' judgment. Is you becoming you.
Okay. And how was it like living on campus with other you live in a co-ed dome. How is a co-ed dome, even a sister college? But me as a male, I'm like, that's no way possible to have a co-ed dome without anybody doing anything crazy. So how do the rules work?
Well, fortunately, my freshman year, I was co-ed with a friend of mine from high school, and everything was fine. But my second and third year, I was co-ed with two strangers. Now that's when a problem came in. Everybody's not you.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay, everybody's not you, and you found it out very quick.
That is true. Very true. There's one thing about college as well, If you guys on your way to your first college, your first time going out, how are you going to? How do you get along with others? That's one thing you need to consider. You will be living with complete strangers for your first time. Yes, everybody not fortunate enough to have it when they go off of college. They live in their own apartment buildings. So, there are things you got to consider.
Yes, and the rules to my college was I believe you had to have been a junior to live by yourself. Um,
And why do you think that rule is? Do they feel that at
Money.
that time the money? Okay, okay. 'Cause I wonder, like, do they feel as a junior, they feel that at that time you are much better?
I believe it's just money, but I think the responsibility of it too, because I have seen freshmen find a way to live off campus, and they had moments when they couldn't pay their bills and got kicked out.
Okay, so that makes sense. They give them a little time to get more mature before they get out on their own for real, for real. which
Yeah.
make a lot more sense. So then you left campus and you moved on your own into an apartment with a couple more friends.
Yes, my first apartment was with two friends. Well, one stranger and one friend. And, that was more difficult than having a co ed because, like I said, you realize so much about each other and you realize, like, the things that y'all don't have in common. Everybody, everybody was, what is the word? Everybody was raised different.
Correct.
And you can really see it. And, that can cause conflict. It can cause so much conflict. Because you'll be surprised when somebody think it's okay.
Okay. I can see that. Everybody, some things you may like, they don't like, or vice versa. You probably used to not throwing stuff on the floor. They probably used to throwing things on the floor. So I can understand that. Now, so after that, you moved into an apartment on your very own. No more sharing rent. No more sharing the bills. At this point, it's all on you. Anything that go wrong, all on you. Do you feel that helped you mature as a person, or do you think that's setting you up better for when college is over to be able to live on your own?
I feel like it has set me up to be able to live on my own when I come back to Chicago. Um, it really opened your eyes about, being at your parents' houses because, as soon as you about a sophomore or a junior, you got it in your mind you're grown because you are. But when you go back home, it's not your home. Your your parents not even used to you being at home. It's basically their house and you visiting. And it's different.
So,
So it kind of push you to be like, it's time for me to get my own house.
so are you telling me your advice to the up and coming freshmen of next year that when they do return home, don't feel like the parents moved on without them, because it won't feel home like home coming back to visit won't feel like home as no anymore. That what you're saying?
No, I'm letting them know that it's not your house no more. You left. So your parents became comfortable with it being just them. So you're kind of like this interruption in their life. Yeah, they miss you, but after a week or two, they want you to go home. And
Okay,
you want to go home because you used to your own space as well.
true, very true. Now, your graduation coming up out here. You finally made it. It's been a long struggle, but you hung in there.
Yeah.
If you look back at your time at college and the struggle, and you hear talk about what made you feel like it was all worth it when you finally graduate, what is that feeling gonna be to finally get there?
Um, I guess I feel like my whole time in college, I blackmail my dad to give me anything I want,
Hmm.
and no, seriously, um, it would be the most best thing in the world to me because it's one thing that my brother always talked about whenever he brought me up to people. Same for my grandma. She always wanted me to just graduate, So I feel like I'm doing it for everybody, not even just for me. I want to be able to have a successful life with the right background to never be questioned, just for me and for my family.
There you go. You say family, and I'm quite sure they're all proud of you, very proud of you. you know. And this generation is different because a lot of people in your age group don't really attend college no more. And would you feel like that was an experience that you glad you took, or would you, if you had a chance to go back and do it all again, you graduate from high school, would you go into the working life and just try to start working from there, or would you take the same route you did before?
I would take the same route that I did. Probably a little less playing, being more serious. Um, I feel like a lot of people don't go to college today because they feel like it's a finesse. But I feel like college is a finesse with opportunity. But what isn't a finesse with opportunity? And me personally, I never wanted to be the type of person that got out of high school and went straight to working because I never planned on working my whole life. I've been planning to become the person that tells those to do who want to work their whole life.
So you saying that you don't want to work for anyone else, you want to be the
I'm
boss,
my
not
own boss.
right. Right. Correct. No, no. Like nowadays, there's a lot of talk about HBCUs. Have if you had a chance to return and start over, would you think about attending one of them?
Um, as far as the HBCU, I would not do it. I never been to one, never visit one. But same way they have stories about PWIs, same way I have stories about HBCUs. But one thing I know for sure, if you want some money back, go to a PWI because HBCU ain't gonna give you none.
So you enjoyed the experience of meeting diverse people in your lifetime.
Yeah, I want to be realistic with life. It's not gonna be all, African Americans. It's diverse.
Right. Right. You're not gonna go to anywhere. Well, as you say, you're gonna be a boss. Even though you're gonna be the boss of something, you're not just gonna hire only African Americans. You're gonna have to open up to everyone. I understand
Yeah,
that. Right. So you want the experience already working with some people. You
yeah.
know. Oh well. So as our show is coming to an end, if anything you'd like to give a shout out to anybody out there, just go right ahead and give your shots out.
Just be looking forward to me. I'm gonna go back on my YouTube. I've been kind of gone for like a year or three off my YouTube. I'm gonna be focusing more on esthetician things prior to me graduating. And yeah, just look out for me, and I'm gonna be documenting more.
Yeah, well, no, that'd be really nice, something to do. No adventure is document your journey, into after college, from the day you graduate on after. Document it. You know what I mean? I'll be sure to be one of the first person to read it or watch it as well. You know. And that being said, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do an interview on the Terrence Johnson Show, where you could hear about anything on the show, from sports, family, music, and
Video
also
games.
video games.
Follow us on Stick.
Yeah, follow us on Twitch, and also they will be having a music night. We do a music night every Thursday or Friday night where we have a battle of the DJs, and if you like music, you will love that night where everybody bring out all the songs that they grew up listening to and the new songs. So once again, we like to thank Teja for her time out her schedule doing our little show today. And everyone have a blessed and lovely night. And peace out for the Johnson Show.